First, prep, grammar, practice, present perfect, the form and the use. And in this lesson we are going to know more about present perfect, its use and its form. We use the present perfect to talk about an action that happened in the past and has a result in the present. Like, I have forgotten her name, and this means that I can't remember it now. Or, he hasn't washed the car, and this means that it isn't clean now. Now, the form of the present perfect, verb to have in the present plus past participle. And past participle is the third form of the verb. For example, in the affirmative form, they have eaten or it has eaten. Negative, they haven't eaten or she hasn't eaten. Question form, have they eaten or has she eaten? Short answers, yes they have or yes she has. No they haven't or no she hasn't. Let's move to exercise 35A together. Complete the sentence. Use the present perfect of the verbs in brackets. Peter, and the verb is forget. So Peter has forgotten to take his wallet with him. Has forgotten. Now let's move to exercise 35B together. Complete the question. Use present perfect of the verbs in the box. Number 1, of course, have you. The past participle of buy is bought. Buy, past participle is bought. And you can complete the rest of exercise at the same. 35C, complete the short answers and match them with the questions in 35B. Yes, she, of course, has. No, I, of course, haven't. And the rest of exercise is the same. 35D, complete the conversation with the present perfect of the verbs in brackets. Number 1, what? Of course, have you, and the verb is do, so past participle of do is done. Have you done? Letter B, well, we have cleaned, and the past participle of clean, cleaned. So, number 2, have cleaned. Let's move to present perfect with just, already, and yet. We often use just, already, and yet with the present perfect. We use just, and just means a very short time ago. For example, it had just stopped raining, and this means that it stopped raining a short time ago. And already means before now or before we expected. I don't need to wash the car, so I have already done it. And this means I did it before now. Or yet also means up to now, and we use yet with negative verb to say something hasn't happened. So we use yet with the negative form. We also use yet in question, so we use yet in both negative form and question form. For example, the train hasn't arrived yet. Or, have you done your homework yet? Let's move to the exercises. 36A, complete the answers. Use just in the present perfect of the verb. I like your sunglasses. Thanks. I have just bought. I have just bought. Past participle of buy is bought. And you can complete the rest. 36B, write sentences. Use already or yet. Number 1, Sarah and Jane. Okay. Haven't done. They haven't. And the past participle of do is done. Haven't done. And the rest is homework. And use the present perfect to talk about experiences in our lives up to now. For example, I have flown in a helicopter, or she hasn't eaten Chinese food. We often use ever and never when we talk about experiences. For example, we have never been to New York. And we use ever in questions. At any time. Like, have you ever ridden a horse? Ever and never come between has and have, and the past participle. We use this is or it's the first time with the present perfect, like this is the first time I have been late for class. Also we can use before, like I haven't been late for class before. there is a big difference in the meaning between he has gone to Paris and he has been to Paris. He has gone to Paris means he is in Paris now, but he has been to Paris means he went to Paris and returned. Let's move to exercises 37A. Write sentences and questions use ever or never. Number 1, of course, he has never written a poem. He has never. Number 2, this is a question, so we are going to use ever. So, have they ever heard a podcast? You can complete the rest. And let's move together to 37B. Complete the answers, use been or gone. Number 1, she has gone to the supermarket. And here we use gone because she didn't return or she didn't return back. Are your parents on holiday? Yes, they have gone. Yes, they have gone. And you can complete the rest. 37C, complete the conversation. Use the present perfect of the verbs in brackets. Number 1, of course, this is a question. So, have you seen? The past participle of see is seen. So, have you seen him before? And now present perfect with for and just. And now the present perfect with for and since. We use present perfect, for, or since to talk about an action or state that happened in the past and continues in the present. Like, I have lived here for 6 years. We use for plus period of time to say how long something has continued. For example, for an hour, for 2 days, or for a year. But we use since plus point in time. Like since Monday, since 2003, since I saw her. We often use how long in questions like how long have you lived here? Let's move to the exercises together. 38A. Write sentences, use for or since. Number 1, they haven't watched television for 2 weeks. And here we use for because this is a period of time. And you can complete the rest. 38B. Write questions, use the present perfect. How long? We are in number 1. How long, of course, has Chris known Noura? How long has Chris known Noura? And the rest is the same. Let's move together to page 63. Exercise 38C. Complete the second sentence so that it means the same as the first. Use no more than 3 words. Number 1, I bought my watch 2 months ago. So I have had my watch for 2 months. For 2 months. Number 2, she met her best friend when she was 6, so she has known her best friend since she was 6. And now let's move to the present and past simple or present perfect. We use the present perfect, not the present simple, to talk about actions or states that started in the past and continue to the present. Like, I have known her for 3 years. Also, we use the present perfect and not the past simple to talk about actions or events that happened or started in the past and have a result in the present. Like, he's done the washing up, or they have cut the grass. We also use the present perfect for actions or events that happened in an indefinite time. We don't know the time. For like, I have been to China, or she has read a lot of books. But we use the past simple, not the present perfect, to talk about action that finished in the past. Like, she lived in London. And this means that she doesn't live in London now. But she has lived in London for 5 years. This means that she lives in London now. If we say or know when an action or event happened in the past, compare She bought a new bike last weekend, or she has bought a new bike, so he is very excited. Let's move to the exercises. Complete the article. Use present simple or present perfect. One of the people I admire most is my grandfather. He was born in a small village and he, of course, lives there. So number 1 is lives. And you can complete the rest. 39B, the same. Circle the correct answer. Letter B, yes, we have or did. Of course, yes, we have. We have been there 4 times. We have been, and we here choose been because we have been and we returned it back. And you can complete the rest. 39C, complete the article. Use present simple, past simple, or present perfect. What is a blog? A blog is, of course, number 1 is a personal web page and sometimes a journal. Blogging began, number 2 is began, in 1994 when a student, Justin Hall, started. These actions happened in the past and these actions finished in the past. That's why you use the past simple. And you can complete the exercise. And now check 8. Number 1, complete the sentence. Use the words in the box. You don't need them all. Number 1, of course, have you heard the good news? They have just won first prize. So number 1, just. Number 2, Kat has never eaten Indian food, but she wants to try it. So number 2 is never. You can complete the rest of exercise 1. Let's move to exercise 2. Write questions. Use the present perfect. 6. Of course, how long has he lived in France? How long has he lived in France? Now, exercise 3. Complete the sentence so that it means the same at the first. Use no more than 3 words. 11. This is the first time I have been to another country. I haven't been to another country before. I haven't been. And you can complete the rest. Number 4, circle the correct answer. The London Eye is one of London's most famous sites. It opened to the public in December 1999. And since then, millions of people have enjoyed the ride on the wheel. And you can complete the rest.